Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to read the chapter 5015 of Malik Muhammad Usman Saab's Sufi Tale book. So let's read the chapter and then we will discuss about it. So this is the chapter. Its title is Mobile Phone. When a boy took up residence in a hostel, his parents purchased for him an iPhone and a connection SIM. They also fixed pocket money for him to meet his food expenses as well as to keep phone charged so he could connect them. He could contact them. The boy, however, was careless. He used his phone for unnecessary purposes and never called his parents back. Due to those bad habits, he often had no credit in his phone. One night, he felt severe pain in his chest. He wanted to have immediate contact with his parents to inform them of sudden illness. But due to having no balance in his phone, he was not permitted by the service provider to make the call. He was in severe pain and there was a deep loneliness in the room. It was very dark outside and the market was also closed. He became helpless. In that very helplessness, he departed from this world. Hints: iPhone, I amness, consciousness, the individual potential, the SIM, the individual potential that communicates with a higher reality. You can say that iPhone, the SIM and iPhone, the consciousness. Parents, the higher reality. Hostel, the world. The credit, ability to connect with the higher reality. So here we have two frames. One is post death scenario. This is where he died, and this one he's wasting his iPhone and energy. Another beautiful graphic representation of the story. So this was the story. So it's a great story, and it tells us that how we need to utilize our energies. And I will just adjust my chair. So in this story, we all come to this world with a specific energy. As Malik Sahab has said, that we have a iPhone. iPhone is the consciousness that is connected to us. So this SIM is working in all conditions, if it is credit or no credit. But it's we have I may have said it in earlier videos as well, that we have some things are under our control and some things are not in our control in this world. For example, my body has a certain weight, a certain heights, certain composition, like fingers in my hand, and my structure. I don't have any control over its growth. I cannot stop from being ill. If I get something, like flu or bacterial infection or viral infection, I don't have any control over myself. This body needs food, so I will go and eat food, and I cannot control its dimension. I can control to certain extent, like if I am getting obese, like fat, which I am really, so I can control that thing, but I cannot control the other things like its composition or something like that. So this is not in our control. But what is in our control is our inner being. We have two apparatus. One is this physical body, which came from this earth after millenniums of years of development, evolution. This came up. This is the final product. And then another thing, which is consciousness. By this bodily existence, we and all other species are same. But the consciousness which you have been given, that I amness, that that we feel that I am something, that is something which is connects with the higher reality. So whoever resides in this reality, like physical reality, he is not tapping into that potential, the credit, and he is consuming all the energy in the physical body and physical needs. So you have limited energy, like limited credit. So in order to use that in a proper way, proper understanding, once this body can be an angelic body, and this body can be a devilish body, like can be an extreme evil. But who makes it extreme evil? This body makes it. Once this body is taking charge, it goes whatever it goes after the pleasures. We can eat, we can watch some video games, we can entertain some other way. So it is, once the body is left on its own, it is going in the devilish way, or it will indulge in that. But if we take control of this body and we use this energy that it is going the devilish way and pursuing the pleasures, we can stop it and go it other way, which is also a pleasure, but that is pleasure we need to seek. That body is to some extent responds to that pleasure as well. Connection with the divine, connection with the higher reality is also a pleasure, but that is a pleasure for the inner self, not for the body. But somehow there is a synchronicity goes on in our body, because we are the combination of spirit and material. So we are the combination, and spiritual is something which we have to seek. It is not automatic, but the physical is something is automatic. It is like this growth is automatic. Every year I have to turn, like for 50, if I am 50, I will go to 51, 52, 53. I cannot control that time. But my physical, my spiritual growth, yes, I am in that control. And in that there is a beginning. Yes, there is a beginning, but there is no end. If you want to grow as per your desire or as per your capacity, which you have to have built over time, person may be 80 years of age physically, but his spiritual development can be of 5 years, for example. And some person who is like 50 years old, but his spiritual growth is 1000 years. It depends, because this person used his energy in the right direction. So now it has given him the reward. That higher dimension has its own purpose. Once this body is connected with the higher purpose, this body will be doing certain things which are directed by the divine, and that will be influenced. Those actions will be influenced not by any benefit, any worldly benefits or reward or some praise or something. That will be like, all the prophets, they were connected with the higher reality, and what they did, they were purely selfless. They were always guiding, always smiling, always helping, always preferring others over themselves. So that is something which this body will give sacrifice. Same body which is pursuing the pleasure, same body abandons the pleasure after connection with the higher reality. Once this consciousness expands, even the brain expands to a certain extent and realizes that this is going to die or reality or something. This is a tool. Basically, this body is a tool to get to the higher reality. Either we can either we can extinguish this essence, this spirit, or we can use it in other ways. Then at the time of departure, at the time of need, we will not be able to make connection. At this boy who wasted his time not calling the parents, he wasted his credits, and even the charging. So he did not charge his mobile. Of course, he did not charge his credit as well. So at the time when it was mostly required, because he was suffering from the sudden disease, he was not having any credit. So that is very important, that we need to initiate ourselves in this direction, so that at the time of departure, or anyways, we have to, our growth is conditional to the connection to the divine high reality. We cannot develop without any connection. So we have to have a connection, because in Quran God says that, like for example, Siyam, this fasting, kutiba alaykumus siyama kama kutiba alal lazina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun. That we have prescribed or recommended, or it is made mandatory to you, that you should fast, and the people before you were also fasting. And the purpose of fasting is to come closer to me, to abandon this body for some time and seek my pleasure. So that is the basic rule of the basic the basic requirement of fasting, that after 30 days of fasting, the person will become more consciousness. La'allakum tattaqun. But once we have lost the purpose, la'allakum tattaqun, then we are just fasting for the rewards. This reward is not the destiny. The reward is it will come. Reward is always there. If there is any hard work, it is the reward is there. But this la'allakum tattaqun is what much greater reality, which very few people are able to understand. So I will end this video. This battery is also about to die. So we will see you in the next video. I will record another one, and I pray that Almighty help us in the divine connection, and we are also able to control our bodies, our emotion, our thoughts, so that we can connect in a good way and make a strong connection which will help to grow. So this is it, my thoughts, and I will record another video after this and see you in that video. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.